Hello you guys, what is up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Samantha and I am the Gem Priestess. I'm an energy healer who does focus on crystal healing, so that is definitely what this channel is all about, is just getting you guys familiar with different types of crystals, what crystals I use in my healing services, just a little bit about what, it means to be an energy healer, a crystal healer, to work in the spiritual community. Any and all of that goes with that. That is what this channel is all about. That is what I designed this channel to be, just to be a bridge between, if you're wanting to start your spirituality journey, if you're on your journey and want to become a healer yourself, or if you just love to look up new things, this is the number one stop place for that. So, but being an energy healer, I of course offer tons and tons of energy healing services. So you guys can click the link down below in the description box. There will be a link to my website. You guys can click that. You guys can check out and see, my different healing sessions that I have, what they can be used for, how they're beneficial to you. I offer tarot and oracle card readings. I have, workbooks, and, I'm always adding new stuff. As I'm learning new healing modalities, I am adding that straight to my website because I am here to help you guys to break free from the life that you guys are living. If you're stuck working a 9 to 5, somewhere that you hate, you're not really, feeling the vibe anymore, but you're kind of stuck and you don't know what to do, I can help you find your way. If you're wanting to call in love or just even work on your relationships a little bit, I'm your girl. I can help you out. Anything that you want. If you want to get into spirituality, but you're feeling a kind of disconnect, if you want to feel more confident, if you want to just love yourself a little bit more, work on your communication skills, with your family, with your friends, anyone that you communicate with, whatever it may be, I am definitely your girl. I can definitely help you out. So like I said, click that link in my description box. You guys can read everything, check everything out, hear from past clients, all of that good stuff. But for today's video, I definitely wanted to get back to basics with you guys, the basics of crystals, just the different kind of shapes that, crystals do come in. You guys will see there's a lot of, weird stuff that you might not have even thought of at the time. I definitely have, what's the difference between a crystal tower and, a geode, or there's even different types of crystal towers. I have crystal hearts, crystal cubes, whatever it may be. There are so many out there. So that's definitely what today's video is all about, is just breaking that down for you guys so that you guys can kind of get a feel of, what meanings come from the different cuts of crystals, and just, how I as a healer use them, or just if you're attracted to a certain cut, why that might be. So that is what today's video is all about. I'm just going to bring that to you guys just so you guys can just kind of see just the differences that are out there and how you can vibe with that. But let us definitely get into this video. Alright, so first things first are going to be kind of the most common stones that you'll see, when you're out looking for crystals, or that you'll just see people, who have crystals, they definitely have these kinds of stones, are going to be tumbled stones. They come in basically every crystal out there. They're just round, smooth crystals. You'll see, like I said, in every color, in every different kind of crystal. It's just these flat, smooth surfaces. Those are going to be your tumbled stones. And these stones work really, really great because it just works to kind of be able to spread out the healing energy all throughout the stone, from any side, because, there's no points. It's all smooth. It's all curved, so it definitely helps to radiate that energy just kind of all around for you. And it's just kind of just the more affordable kind of stone. So, if you're someone like me, when I first started, I was buying, 6-10 stones at a time. And that was why I was able to do it, because a lot of my stones are tumbled stones. They are a lot smaller. So that's just why they are a little more affordable, other than, next to, those other big stones that you have that you can't carry around. They have to stay in your house, in your altar, whatever. So that is definitely, you know, why that cost does come into play. But these stones are also just super, you know, everyone has them because they're just super versatile. You know, you can use them for anything. You can put them, you know, in different bags with you. You can heal people with them, place them on the chakras, on your auras. You can carry them with you, you know, in your pocket, in your bag, whatever it may be. This is just a stone that literally, or a type of stone that literally can just be placed anywhere. You know, you can take it with you, put it under your mattress, you know, in your closet, you know, on a little dish in your kitchen, whatever it may be. These stones just work and just have that energy where, like I said, it radiates from all over the stone and then, you know, works to heal yourself or heal someone else in a healing session or heal, you know, your home, your environment, your work, whatever it may be. So this is definitely the top-notch stone that pretty much everyone who are into crystals definitely has this kind of stone. And another stone that you guys might see, you know, as you're out shopping or if you're getting a healing or even just seeing in pictures online are going to be crystal hearts. You know, they're definitely exactly that, just crystals in the shape of different hearts, you know, used with different stones. You know, I have, you know, this is like a white jade, I have a rose quartz. So there are, you know, a lot of different stones that, you know, are cut into crystal hearts, but a lot of times you'll notice that they are mostly stones that do work with your heart chakra, because the stone, since it is a heart, it does resonate really well with your heart chakra. So you will see a lot of like rose quartzes that will be in the shape of hearts, selenites in the shape of hearts. You know, you guys will see a lot of stones like that, and that's kind of why it does work to kind of help with those emotional ties that do come that can block our heart chakra. So, you know, even for me I do have a self-love healing session, so I will go ahead and even reach for rose quartz, but then I'll also reach for my rose quartz that's cut in the shape of a heart, just because it gives that extra energy to your heart chakra, to love, you know. So it does work really well if you're wanting to find love for yourself, if you're wanting to find a partner or just that soulmate connection. You know, crystal hearts are definitely going to be able to help you, and that's what they're there for. That's what they're known for. So it's really, really good for that. You know, it does help just to kind of balance your emotions and your energies too. So just kind of everything that just kind of those normal heart chakra stones do, that is kind of what crystal hearts do. And so if, you know, when it's paired with the, you know, stone that does work for your heart chakra, it's just kind of double that energy. So it does work really, really well just to really get in there and start working that heart chakra for you guys. All right, so next, another kind that you're gonna see that I feel is like super famous or like more well known, just kind of a stone that another type of stone that a lot of people do have, are going to be like crystal points. So this is a standing crystal point, whereas like I can place it down and it will stand all on its own. The only difference between this and then versus like this is also a crystal point is this one can't stand because it isn't, you know, cut on the bottom to be able to stand. So that's really the only difference between the two. You know, they do work really well to be able to directly, you know, point their energy to wherever you want it. So a lot of times crystal healers will use these, you know, just to kind of open and unwind the chakras to be able to get in there and, you know, set the intention of healing and all of that stuff. So both of them do that, but they do have a different just kind of name for their point. So this one is known as a termination point just because it is super defined. It's cut as the point. So, you know, it's definitely, you know, it didn't come out of the ground, you know, with this super exact point. And then this type of point where it's more natural, obviously, you know, you can tell that this did come out of the ground like that. This is known as a generator point. So the only thing of difference really is just that with this one, it is more to super just set your intention. It does hold that a little bit more for your manifestation and your intentions. And then this kind does work a lot better just for really, like I said, just focusing that energy and just pointing it where you want to be. You know, if you want to work on the heart chakra or your third eye chakra, you can place that, but both, you know, do work really well just for the center of crystal grids. So a lot of times you'll see crystal grids with, you know, a tower in the middle, and that's just so that the energy, you know, will kind of come through and just kind of up and out, just kind of into the world, into the universe. So that's why a lot of times you guys will see that, is because that's exactly what the stone is kind of just made for. All right, another stone that you guys might see along, you know, with crystal healers or just people who have crystals are just pieces of, this is a geode. So the only thing that's different is that this is supernatural. I even have a smaller piece too, that these are supernatural pieces. You guys can tell because this is the outside just kind of the rock that the crystal came from, and this is it's in its most natural state. This is exactly how it came. They just cracked it open, saw it was amethyst, you know. Sometimes it does crack into smaller pieces and they can sell the smaller pieces, or sometimes, you know, it does kind of stay in a bigger thing. Sometimes maybe only, you know, if it's a ball, only this chunk does, you know, fall out and the other one stays whole. So you guys will see it does vary in sizes, but these are really good. I like to say just for kind of more around the home, but obviously like I heal with these too. I meditate with these, I work with these all the time, but these are really good for amplifying and slowly releasing the energy that, you know, the intention that you set into the crystal. So it is really, really, you know, nice. I like to say for the home, just, you know, if you're looking for something, you know, for protection, you know, you can definitely leave a piece out, you know, in your living room or by your front door, just to kind of bless your home and your space with protection, or just away from, you know, negative energies and just bad energies like that. It does help to protect you from that, and it helps you for, you know, a much longer time than, you know, a smaller, you know, tumbled stone would. So this is something that is really nice. I like to say, you know, exactly for the home, for business. I keep it, you know, right behind me on my altar, just to kind of protect that, and, you know, with amethyst, just to give that little bit of spiritual inclination, because this is where I do, you know, all of my crystal healings is right here. So I definitely put it on there just, you know, for that, for my being during my healings. But, you know, I can totally go and place this in my living room for that energy too, or in my kitchen. You know, a lot of stones do have a lot of different ways that they can be used, so you can place them anywhere and they will work for something, I promise you that. But yeah, definitely that is what geodes are really good for and really known for. And, you know, next things next are definitely going to be raw stones. You guys will see raw stones. Some of them, this is tiger's eye, so tiger's eye just kind of special, has that little like luster to it, that little bit of shine, but a lot of times raw stones don't. You know, you'll see they are very much just, that's the stone. A lot of times they are, you know, a little easier to decipher what they are in their raw form versus when they are tumbled, or, you know, has a heart, or, you know, just whatever it may be. A lot of times it is easier to see the pattern because they are raw. That's just kind of how they are. But raw stones, you know, are going to be great for just all spiritual work, you know, working by, you know, with yourself, healing others, you know, carrying it with you under your bed, under your mattress, you know, whatever. It's just the difference with, you know, raw stones versus tumbled stones in the sense of carrying them. Raw stones can get kind of big, so that's why they're not as easy to carry around or to use like tumbled stones would be. But, you know, they are great for crystal grids, you know, for healings, you know, for just placing as decoration. You guys will see I, you know, have a wide variety of crystals all around me at all times. So, but yeah, and raw stones, I will say, are a little more, you definitely have to be a little more gentle and more careful with them, just because a lot of times, you know, they are a little more sensitive than, you know, your tumbled stones would be. So, you know, definitely look out for that too if you do carry them around, just to be careful with that. Or, you know, a lot of times with other stones like selenite or kyanites, you know, a lot of times those stones can't get wet. You know, you can't tumble those stones. So that's why, you know, tumbled stones are a little easier in that sense versus raw stones. But, you know, with raw stones, since this is, you know, how crystals come, you know, they are super powerful, you know, just like geodes are. You know, they're super powerful, they're super therapeutic, really great for healing, you know, specifically. You know, they're really great for, you know, working with your chakras or working with your aura, just to be able to open that up and just to clean all of that energy out. That is what's going to be really great and what's going to be best about raw stones versus, you know, any other kind of cut of stone. So next is going to be, you know, palm stones. They're also known as worry stones, but I always refer to them as palm stones. That's just how I've always known them, but they are the same thing, the same stone. You know, palm stones do fit really great in the hand, but they actually are meant to be used between the thumb and the index finger, and you just kind of rub in between, and you can focus on your affirmation or your intention, whatever you're wanting, and it does just kind of help to release that energy out into the world for you. You know, it also works really well just to relieve, you know, your own tension and stress, or just kind of the things that do hold you back from what it is that you want. That's why they're worry stones. It does help to alleviate that worry from you guys. So that's why these stones are really, really great. Again, they are a really good size. You know, I do have a piece, you know, in my bag that I use for when I sleep. I keep this, you know, with me while I am meditating, or even, you know, just on my altar. So they are a really good stone just to be able just to kind of work with, and just as you know, you're trying to work something out just in your mind, you can just kind of give it, you know, that, you know, just kind of work with it a little bit, and, you know, just to be able to just really reiterate your intentions and your affirmations that, you know, you are capable, you can do things, and it will work really, really well just to kind of help to kick all of that into gear for you guys too. All right, so the last kind of stone that, you know, I specifically like to work with, you know, just as being an energy healer, are going to be cubes. Cubes do work really well with your root chakra. So just kind of like how the heart, you know, the crystal hearts worked with your heart chakra, crystal cubes are going to work with your root chakra. So again, that grounding energy, that balancing energy, it's just going to amplify that, you know, just kind of within, you know, that of itself, but also when you mix it with a root chakra stone like I have right here, it's just going to double that energy. So, you know, you can use it, you know, with your root chakra just to kind of balance yourself, but you can also, if you have multiple cubes, you can place them in, you know, the four corners of your room, just to be able to kind of create that, you know, boundary and just that kind of protection, so that your room does stay balanced and grounded energies, so that, you know, nothing crazy can really, you know, come into your room, you know, just energetically, you know, you don't really bring too much of that into the room that you're in, that it just creates that safe space and that safe haven for you, so that you aren't too, you know, concerned about, you know, the things that, you know, happened outside or happened with whoever. You know, it does create just that kind of that safe boundary, just to keep that safe, you know, comforting, balanced, grounded energy, you know, just kind of where you are. But, you know, that is it, just kind of the stones that I, you know, even specifically, personally, professionally love to use. So that's why, you know, again, I bring that to you guys, because that's what I use. You guys, you know, have, you know, if you've had healings with me, you've seen these stones already, just, you know, the stones of themselves. Just a little further explanation as to why I use, you know, that specific cut of stone versus, you know, whatever, my other 7 or 8 pieces of amethyst that I have, why I reached for the geode, or why I reached for the tumbled stone, you know. So it doesn't, you know, it definitely just depends. I have a bunch of, you know, different stones in different cuts, and that's exactly why they come that way, you know, for a lot of different reasons. But, you know, like I said, if you are interested in, you know, an energy healing from me, you guys can click the link down in the description box and check out my website. Everything will be over there. You know, you guys can read about, you know, what I offer, you know, what that specific healing session means, hear from past clients of mine, and I am, you know, always, like I said, always looking for new, you know, healing modalities to be able to bring that to you guys, to help elevate you in your lives, into bringing you, you know, into the next best, greatest, and brightest, you know, version of yourself that we all want to be, to have what you want from this world, and, you know, just keep climbing and, you know, keep getting more and more of what you want, because you deserve it. It is your right to have what you want. But that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I enjoyed hanging out with you, and I cannot wait until I see you guys next time. Bye-bye.